Welcome to a very special night of European volleyball here on Volley TV. We're in Turkey, where home side Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL plays host to Italian side Igor Gorgonzola NOVARA in the 2000th match on the CLVolleyW Group Champions League since its inception at the start of the millennium. We'll have a celebration of this momentous occasion a little later, but first to the business of the night. Novara arrive here in Istanbul looking for revenge after being humbled by Fenerbahçe at home in the Pala Igor in straight sets in their first Pool B encounter. A dominant performance against the Novara Mosquitoes by the Fenerbahçe team known as the Yellow Angels. And it's not going to be easy for the Italian side. Novara lies second in the pool, but Fenerbahçe are top. And at home in the Burhan Felek Arena, they'll be looking to extend their so far perfect start to the season's European title challenge. And Fenerbahçe now the only team not to lose a set in the competition this season. And after the squads arrived, we spoke to the coaches.
It will be a tough game for you. How did you prepare? What will be the key of the game?
Well, first of all, thank you very much, because for sure this, like you said, will be one very tough game. We know that we have to play. Probably, my opinion is that we against the favorite team in the Champions League. So we know very well the potential of the team. Anyway, we know in the same time our value. We know that we can play in one important level. In the first game, I think that at home, okay, we played the first two sets almost ball by ball, and we have to start again from this moment. The team are in good condition. Okay, probably we know that we cannot arrive first in our group, but we have to fight for try to be one of the best second team in the Champions League.
Thank you, good luck.
You're welcome, thank you.
Coach, congratulations. You will be playing fourth game into Champions League. What can you say about the game? How did you prepare?
Game will be very tough. Unfortunately, we lost one of our main players right now. Ande can't play this match. And Anna start to play. She needs time. It will be very difficult, but we will give our best for a win tonight. Is very important.
Well, under coach Lorenzo Bernardi, Novara's multi-dimensional squad are finding their form with 10 wins in 12 matches back in Italy and 2 victories in 3 in the Champions League. The 2019 champions, though, will need to be at their very best to get a result in this match. Top scorer, Russian Tatiana Tolok, just sharing a kiss with the camera earlier. She'll keep the scoreboard turning, along with whoever plays from wing spikers Lina Alsmeyer, Mayu Ishikawa and Britt Herberts. Carlotta Cambi is one of 2 Italian setters on show tonight. She'll be running the show for Novara. Well, Fenerbahçe's Italian-born coach Marcello Abbondanza has the quality of Olympic champion playmaker Alessa Orio feeding an impressive array of spikers, and Oro will be looking for her opposite Melissa Vargas plenty of times tonight. She leads a balanced line of youth and experience, but as you heard, Handi Baladin not available due to injury, so Ana Cristina of Brazil likely to start along with Irina Fedorovtseva and Bojana Milenkovic. Whoever starts in that lineup, that's going to be tough to handle. The middle blockers, all proven winners on the world stage as well. Captain Dunda in her 17th season with Fener, along with Korneliuk of Poland, and Kalac and Beyaz of Turkey. It's a squad that looks like genuine contenders, and the early results, 3-0 wins over Benfica, Novara and Łódź, underlines that fact. And on the other side of the net, captain Sara Bonifacio, Federica Squacchini and new signing Silke van Avermaet, they're going to have to go really well through the middle to try and thwart the phenomenal attacking power of this Fenerbahçe lineup. So our 2 referees with the 2 middle blocking captains doing the toss ahead of this one, and plenty to look forward to in this game. Really, really impressive performances so far by Fenerbahçe, and you heard that ball mat in your shot just briefly there, signed from Busto recently for Novara. Will she get some court time this evening? And our 2 Italian-born coaches exchange a handshake at the net, as do the players. And now the noise, now the drama will begin to ramp up here in the Burhan Felek. And the crowd, as is always the case here in Turkey, will be very much part of that. Right then, let's meet our 2 referees for this one. Yves Kalin of Switzerland will be our first referee, ably assisted by Portugal's Ricardo Ferreira, who is our second referee. Wow, respectful, hushed silence ahead of the Novara team making their way out to the floor, but the crowd will be increasing the volume very soon. Carlotta Cambi then will start as setter. No surprises there. Federica Squaccini is a double Italian blocking lineup with Sarah Bonifacio, the captain. Tatiana Tolok starts in the opposite slot, and Britt Herberts is going to be on court straight away. Britt Herberts starts alongside Mayu Ishikawa. That means no start for the in-form Lina Alsmayer, one of their top scorers. On the other side of the net, through the middle, Agnieszka Korneluk is going to get a start. The veteran Polish middle alongside with another veteran, Ida, if she starts. Oro will be the setter in the opposite slot. Melissa Vargas will look to be the difference between the two teams. Fedorovtseva is the other starter on the left side, along with Anna Cristina, with the injury to Handi Baladin. And then they have some very talented liberos in Gizem Urje and Helen Keiichi. So there's the lineup. Vargas opposite Oro sets. Anna Cristina and Arina Fedorovtseva go through the wing with Ida through the middle. Adam Dunda, the captain, alongside Agnieszka Korneliuk, but they do have another couple of middle replacements if they need to go there. The coach then for Novara, Lorenzo Bernardi, hoping against hope his team can gain something from this match, and Marcello Abbondanza, Italian-born coach of Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL, will be hoping to oversee a fourth straight sets victory to start the pool phase of their Zeren Group Champions League title challenge. Good to go then, here in the Burhan Felek, for what should be a terrific evening of volleyball. Away we go. The visitors, Igor Gorgonzola Novara of Italy, in the pink, blue and white shirts, get things underway against the team in yellow, the Yellow Angels, as they're known, Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL. And here on CLVolley TV, it's a chance to watch one of the favourites for the title. Vargas puts her first swing away, very impressively so, after setting of Olympic champion Alessia Oro. Oro to serve. She'll have plenty of inside information on Novara, having played for the last few seasons for Milano in Italy. And good coverage on the block from Korneluk. They've got nice height at the net at the moment. Vargas goes hard again. A little too tight for Oro, but she saves it, and that's going to go against Korneluk. Tried hard to keep that in play, but the ball just drifting over the net before Oro could make the set to Korneluk. Point apiece then. Belgian international Britt Herberts playing left side for Novara at the start of this game. Good aggressive player. Starts tough down the line on Fedorovtseva. And there's the variety that Melissa Vargas brings to the party these days. It's not all about raw power anymore. She's got a lot of great shots. 2 points then, straight away for Vargas in this game. Russian international Arina Fedorovtseva in her fourth season with Fenerbahçe with the serve. Thunders it, absolutely thunders it, and that one's not coming back. Well, Herberts and Ishikawa looked at each other there as that ball came off the arms of the libero Donati, and neither gave chase. Ace to open Fedorovtseva's account. Good solid start this from Fenerbahçe, the home side. Another big one. Dealt with this time. Out of system swing for Ishikawa. Very well defended by Urje. And Anna Cristina works it nicely off the hands of Tolok. This is a very confident start from the home team. Anna Cristina now has her first point on the board. You show them, I'll hit them. Fedorovtseva serves again. She's hitting that ball really hard. Bernardi's having a horrible time of it at the moment. First touch for Tolok is defended. And Christina goes tip. Ishikawa gets to it out of the back line. Herbert's forced into action and hits the ball nicely out of the pipe. And at last, that service run of Fedorovtseva is stopped, but it'll be a concern for Novara tonight every time the Russian makes it to the back line. Same will apply to Vargas. Captain for Novara, good serve from Bonifacio. Chance created, chance taken. Tolok will not want to be outclassed in tonight's match. Russian opposite, spent a bit of time out this season with a shoulder injury, but she's back to full power now. Bonifacio to serve again. Nice comeback this from the Novara team. Good pass, Fedorovtseva. Cornelia doesn't put it down. And Oro doesn't defend, so Ishikawa scores. Novara level. And all the power, the bluff and bluster of the early phases has been rectified, overcome by Novara. Bonifacio to go again. I'm quite interested that they're targeting Fedorovtseva on this rotation. They're leaving Anna Christina well alone. She's the front court passer at the moment. Good defence from Vargas. Nice snap dig. Herbert's out of the pipe again, 2 in a row. Two pipes from Herbert's then. It's an attack that's working. Another serve for Bonifacio. The crowd take it up another notch. Good pass. Nice step in from the libero to try and release Fedorovtseva, but instead Oro chooses Vargas, who puts her third point on the floor. Good stabilising comeback that from Novara. But Vargas will be picking on Ishikawa tonight on that rotation, certainly. Well, tumbling defence from Korneluk, but nothing doing. Nice score through the middle from Squacchini. So Tolok has a big serve, Squacchini has a big serve for Novara. Ishikawa can cause problems as well. And Fedorovtseva passes her Russian colleague's serve with ease. Good attack. And the captain, Ida Erdem, scores her first point of the game on the back set. Good vision there from the skipper. 37 years of age now, Ida Erdem, still going strong. Oh, it's a screamer. That's an absolute screamer of an ace from Vargas. Well, if they keep serving like this, Fenerbahçe, Novara's evening is going to be very tough indeed. That's horrendous ball to pass. Too good. Vargas again. Service line, steps up, tries to squeeze her for a bit of space, and Vargas puts it out. First error of the evening for her. Now, Ishikawa doesn't hit with the same power with the jump serve, but can get some nice angles. She can find the lines. No, pretty straightforward for Fedorovtseva, who remains the target. So they're just freezing Anna Christina out of the pass at the moment, and the Brazilian picks up her second point of the evening. Keep an eye on Novara changing their serving tack, though. I'm sure they're going to pick on Fedorovtseva for the whole of the set. Christina then in for Handi Baladin, straight into the net. Novara have to stay patient here, just Let the early phases flow and try and keep the scoreboard turning. Now the hybrid serve of Squacchini takes a bit off it. They go after Anna Cristina, so they're picking on the backcourt passer, particularly when they're out on that right side. They're just trying to clutter it up a little bit. But it's so smooth from Fenerbahçe, and Vargas in particular. She's so good. 5 points for her. Erdem, the captain, with the serve. Bonifacio, the other captain, can't put it away. Gets a second go at it from a standing start. Didn't exactly reset for that. But Seta Cambi decided to go to her again, and it's a really clean swing. Bonifacio earns her first point in offense. Once again, Anna Cristina, the backcourt player, is targeted. Korneluk makes that look easy. Tallest player out there at 2 meters. Korneluk, the middle blocker for this Fenerbahçe team. Back round to the Oro service, and she tests Donati. Roberts gets a recycle, but it's a free ball. Oro this time goes out wide for Fedorovtseva. You can see the amount of diversity available in the Fenerbahçe attack. It's like a kid in a sweet shop. And that's a clever set from Oro, just bringing Fedorovtseva in off the wing. Oro to go again. Fenerbahçe re-establish a lead. Working hard, Cambi, to make that back set. Oro just bumps it to Vargas. Here you go. High ball. Win us the point. And of course, Vargas will do that the majority of the time. Clever tip again. I just love this new look Vargas. I love the way that she creates points out of nothing and just keeps scoring. First time out then of the evening goes to Lorenzo Bernardi of Novara. And for the second time, his team find themselves 3 points down. Just a reminder, if you weren't with us earlier, this is the 2000 CEV Serum Group Champions League match. Tournament was started back in the 2000-2001 season. CEV's vision to bring in the new millennium with a new European contest. My goodness, it has been so successful. Oro continues the pressure. Out of system swing for Tolok. He's dealt with. Roger moves it to Vargas, who cranks it. Defended off the block by Donati. And Herberts comes back with her own bit of power. Just slipping that past the block of Vargas very cleverly. Third point then for Herberts. That's her first point scored in front court. Will serve. She's been the player at the moment for Novara. Nice pass, Vargas and Anna Cristina both being targeted here. I mean, Anna Cristina with a solid ball, but it's smacked out of play. That's the first time that Fenerbahçe haven't looked strong in a point. Anna Cristina just struggling to get that ball past the attack line. Just isolating the hitters at the moment, and Novara need to take every chance in transition that is on offer. Unfortunately for them, Tolok not able to do so, so just the single point at the moment for Tatiana Tolok. And we are back round to the difficult serve of Fedorovtseva. This was not fun for Novara to pass this ball earlier in the set. Excellent from Herberts. Excellent from Ishikawa, and the danger of the Fedorovtseva serve is seen off. Really good pass from Herberts. Just allowed Ishikawa to do her stuff. They're trying to work the arms of the Vargas block at the moment, Novara, and it's successful so far. I think she's getting better with age, you know. Agnieszka Korneluk, in her early 30s now, but offensively looking like the real deal, and she's always been good at getting block touches. Second point then for Korneluk, she will serve. Deep serve, catches Donati out. Tricky swing, but hit well by Tolok, picks up the fingertips of the block. Scores her second point of the game and marches purposefully back to the service line. Looks like she means business here, the young Russian. Oh dear, just gets that completely wrong. And the first frustrated reaction from coach Lorenzo Bernardi. He wears his heart on his sleeve, the Novara coach, so we'll see plenty from him tonight. More pressure then, Vargas at the line. Solid hit, Herberts controls it, just about. And Ishikawa puts it away off the arms of Anna Cristina. I still think she's the player they can get most out of as a service target, Novara. Doesn't get control there. Points then for Ishikawa, she serves. And Cristina into the block. Same for Ida Erdem, the captain, and they're controlling the blocks, are controlling the action at the moment, brilliantly. Vargas stopped. Roberts alongside Squacchini, getting a great line-up on that. Has made a terrific start to this game, and coach Abundanza of Fenerbahçe is forced into a timeout. Well, early indicators suggest we're going to get a bit of a roller coaster performance tonight. It's going to be hugely dependent Novara's ability to resist the power of Fedorovtseva and Vargas, both back and front court. When they do, they're in business. When they don't, they find themselves 2 and 3 points down pretty quickly. Ishikawa goes again, 15-all. Second lead is recovered by Novara, and they get their noses in front again on the Anna Cristina hitting error. Coach Abundanza may have to have a look at this earlier than he would like. Is Ishikawa going to go after the Brazilian here? Well, she did. Went after that seam between Fedorovtseva and Anna Cristina, but the miss just relieves the pressure. So Anna Cristina is going to come off for Bojana Milenkovic. 28-year-old Serbian wing spiker in her first season with Fenerbahçe. She comes in as a serving replacement, but she might stay on the floor to pass for those 3 backcourt rotations. Short serve on Ishikawa, who takes the ball nicely. Tolok forced to tip. Roger can't get there. Tolok scores again. Squacchini, float ball toss, doesn't put full topspin on it, and the short serve is brilliantly passed by Milenkovic. Herberts has to chase, not a good set from Camby. But they're still in business. Ball bumped high, nicely by Squacchini, good reuse ball. Tolok this time gets it to the floor, miscommunication between Oro and Ida Erdem. Tolok's 4th point of the match. Scrappy one, but it'll do. Ida Erdem, no idea where the ball was off her own block. Again, short serve. This time the captain passes. Hit beautifully by Fedorovtseva. Offers that ball that you can set high, wide and fast, and she'll still bang it. Then with the serve, Fedorovtseva's front court, alongside corner look. That's brilliant defence again from Vargas. Another element that he's developing in her game. And the pipe attack, once again the choice, but this time the backcourt player, Ishikawa in this instance, has put her foot on the attack line, well spotted by the officials. That 3-metre line, out of bounds. And Lorenzo Bernardi very patiently explaining here what he wants to challenge in this rally. Remember, there's only a finite number of elements that the super slow-mo cameras can let you have a look at. He seemed to be pointing through the net, so I'm not sure that he's going to look here at whether Ishikawa is legal on her spike approach. He might be looking at something else here. Couple of challenges per set. If you win it, you keep it. If you lose it, you lose it. But you guys out there in CLVolley TV land knew that. Vital part now of world sport, the introduction of technology. So it's a floor touch. It's a brilliant call. It's an absolutely brilliant call. So no replay of the point. This is just a straight point to Novara, and that is some spot from Lorenzo Bernardi. Challenge is won, challenge is retained. But more importantly, 18 all turns to 19-17 in favour of the Italian club. And that puts a very, very different slant on the business end of this first set. Carlotta Cambi to serve again. What a pick from Bernardi. And Fedorovtseva's pass is wayward. Another chance to score here. Tolok smacks it down the line and off the block of Fedorovtseva. And it's a strong comeback this from Novara. 5 points on the board now for Tatiana Tolok. Listen to the crowd going after Cambi. It's a great front line for Novara. Oh, not used. Cross-court swing, just touched by Herberts there. Must have hit the block on the way, so she probably had to have a go at it. Fourth point for Fedorovtseva. Vargas into the front line. Oro will serve. Set up pretty nicely as Bernardi waits to pass. Good ball. Tolok chosen again, and once more uses the block of Fedorovtseva and Korneluk as a way of negotiating the ball out of play for the point. Tolok playing really well, as is Herberts. Good support from Ishikawa. Nice defence from Tolok. Ishikawa looks for the hands again, and they are using and abusing this Fenerbahçe block, Novara. Not trying to get the ball past and onto the defenders or into space, just trying to use the hands and arms, and using it really well. Second time out called by Fenerbahçe. Fourth point for Ishikawa. Hasn't had as much court time as the player she's replacing, Handy Baladin, so Marcello Abundanza said it might take a little time for her to play into the match. And after a massively strong start from Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL, Igor Gorgonzola NOVARA, the Mosquitoes, buzzed into the lead, but timeout denies another serve for Herberts. That's her first error the evening. So out comes Milenkovic, so she did indeed do the 3 rotations across the back line. Back in comes Anna Cristina, and Now, a couple of servers to come in relatively quick succession for Fenerbahçe, who can still win the set for them. The first is Fedorovtseva. Tickles it over. Tolok needs to finish. Does so. Brilliant from Novara, and that might be the point that wins them set one. She's played with real control. Bonifacio out. What an option to be able to bring Lena Alsmeyer in. So this is all about the serve, but also if she's going to defend in Bonifacio's position down the line at 5, good chance here to keep the ball under control. Alsmeyer serves. In fact, it's Herbert's defending 5. Can't get to that one though. Vargas takes the block out route for her 7th point of the game. Novara's still looking good here. Bonifacio substitution with Alsmeyer is reversed. Back in comes Donati. Corner look at the line. I think it's Vargas to serve next for Fenerbahçe, so they're not done yet. Important point this. It's still in play. Anna Cristina hits a cracking ball, defended by Donati. Sent wide to Ishikawa, off the fingertips again. Corner look defends. And Anna Cristina gets the tip wrong. Contact on the ball, not good, and goes straight into the net. Bit of a let-off for Novara there. Third error in the first set from Anna Cristina brings 4 set points, and Tatiana Tolok at the line for Novara. What a hit. Out of system shot for Anna Cristina, goes power, defended again brilliantly by Donati. Oh, ripper from Herberts out of the back line, and that'll be set number 1 in the bag for Novara. What a good start to this game from the Italian team. And they weather a really strong opening from Fenerbahçe to come back and win set 1, 25 points to 20. And the crowd here in the Burhan Felek have been silenced. Well, it won't take long for this crowd to get into it again. 4-hitter down in position 1. That plan yielded some dividends, and now they can start to expand a little bit, really trying to attack the 2 passers, Fedorovtseva and Anna Cristina in particular. They're trying to freeze the libero, Gizem Ogier out of it, and so far so good. So there's your tail of the tape. A couple of aces for Fenerbahçe, and they were rippers from Fedorovtseva and Vargas. But it was the serving of Novara that just dragged Oro away from the net. So taking the Turkey team out of system, not allowing Oro to have all of her options available. And we'd love to hear from you, love to hear your thoughts on this season's CEV Zeren Group Champions League. #CL. The women's volleyball option. And they're having to check the rotation. That's never a good sign. A couple of times there they had to ask who was where. And the decision from Marcello Abondanza is to remove Anna Cristina from the action and sub in Bojana Milenkovic for the start in set 2. We're just about ready to go. Well, the 2000th match of the CEV Zeren Group Champions League is very much game on. And what a start from Novara in set 2. Tatiana Tolok scores her 8th point of the match. She was key in set 1 for Novara, but Herberts and Ishikawa did a really good backup job. The one area at the moment that Carlotta Cambi has not opened up is the middle part of the net, and she won't be going there at the moment. Overpass is defended, but a chance here to go 1-all, and taken by Tolok. Just sends it out off the arms of her compatriot. Fedorovtseva versus Tolok, who's going to be a nice head-to-head by the looks of it. Fedorovtseva wins that one and takes her powerful jump serve back to the line. Thumped. Ishikawa can't control it. Fedorovtseva given the ball on the pipe, and it's not worked. That was high-tempo stuff, and the ball was just a little high on the set location. Wouldn't come down for Fedorovtseva to swing on it. So Oro with a decision to make here. Novara nick the point. Is it going to Vargas? It is. And Vargas is defended well by Donati in 5. Ishikawa can't get it off the block this time. And a cheeky tip from Tolok allows the reuse. Great setting from Camby. And great defence from Oro. Both setters going well here. Oh, ripper! What a shot from Tolok. You heard the scream as she exerted some physicality on this ball. She's absolutely hammered that. Well played, Camby, for making it hittable. 3-1 Novara. Vargas again. This time scores. 8th point of the match for Vargas. Tatjana Tolok is ahead of her, the other right side player, the Novara player on 9. Good set from Oro. Well, I mentioned the middle blockers at the top of the broadcast being vital to Novara in terms of nullifying the Fenerbahçe power. But they're doing a fair job of nullifying themselves at the moment. Ida Erdem, the captain, puts that overpass out of play. And in all honesty, Oro hasn't used the middle too much at the moment. Whether that be in front of the setter or on the slide on the back set. It's all been wingers, and why not when Vargas is hitting the ball that well? Why not go there? 9 points for her. Well, all the indicators are that we're going to get a real thriller tonight. I'm not saying it won't end in 3, but I'll be amazed if it does. Fenerbahçe getting themselves back into some rhythm. That's the set that Fedorovtseva was after a little earlier. And spare a thought for the setters. The tempo of the game now is so fast, you can't afford to miss your set location at all. It's got to be spot on for those attacks to happen. Driller, absolute driller from Vargas, who ends up on the floor just like the player she's aced, Ishikawa. That's a massive swing again. Double figures for Melissa Vargas on the ace. Look how far back she is, and the weight of serve that's delivered is just massive. What a pass from Herberts. Well, Squacchini was given the ball. She's mishit it. It would have gone out. Fenerbahçe played on, though. Vargas forced to volley. Easy read for the libero, Donati. And that would have been an easy defence for Auger. But Oro has got in her way there. Well, it's important that the libero communicates that to the setter, and I think Oro just apologising. Herberts gets the point. All the key players delivering at the moment. Tolok certainly for Novara is doing that, as is Vargas. The two right-siders having a great tussle here. Milenkovic decides to set the ball to Oro, who decides to go on 2. And they're not made to pay. Fedorovtseva out of the back line. You can hear the fingertips of the block taking some fearful punishment at the moment. Both teams hitting really hard off the top of the blockers. 6th point on that block out from Fedorovtseva. Well, Well, there's a consideration for Lorenzo Bernardi. Alsmeyer is a much taller player than Ishikawa. Maybe she can come in left side, because in this particular rotation, she's up against Vargas and she's up against those pipe attacks. That's tricky. Tolok once again restores some order. She's got to double figures now. Good serve from Ishikawa. They've stayed away from the libero. They've been targeting the two wing spikers more often than not, and that one right down that tricky area between the two passes, and Gizem didn't go for it. Neither did Milenkovic. Forced to pass this time, Milenkovic. Little out of system. Fedorovtseva is defended bravely by Tolok, who just continues to hammer. And more frustration for Bernardi. Thinks his defender, Herberts, should have been on that one. It's the problem when you give up your body position a little bit, it's tricky to keep the ball moving in the direction you want it. Erdem serves Herbert's line. Herbert's pass today has been terrific. Has she managed to find the defender? No. Out of play. No touch. Short ball. Ishikawa gives all the options to Camby, who goes to Herbert, slowed down by the block. In turn, she slows Vargas down, and it's Tolok out of the back line that crunches it home for the point. This is a really high quality match. The standard of this 2000th encounter is delivering. Squarcini hybrid off the net, pass well by Korneluk. Oh, it was a brilliant decision. It was exactly the right idea. All the defenders sucked in tight behind the block. Fedorovtseva tried to lob everybody, and she's missed the court. Squarcini hit one. That's better. That's better. Oh, good reactions. Good reactions. Oro is so comfortable at the net. She'll make these kinds of plays all day. First score then for Alessia Oro, the Italian Olympic champion. And the first time in a long time that Carlotta Camby has chosen the middle attacker as the first option. Sara Bonifacio with just her second point of the game. Camby hits Milenkovic. Again, the pass is not on the money, but they've got out-of-system players in abundance. Fenerbahçe, so able to once again get themselves out of trouble. Fedorovtseva, 8 points and counting, and back to the line now to unleash another big serve. Hits it well. Donardi keeps it off the floor. It's a cracking set from Camby. But Tolok is defended, and then the comeback is brilliant. And there's the influence that middle players can have on a match. It's not just about the attacking. They're not called middle blockers for nothing. Good line set on the pipe there by Bonifacio. Well joined by Tolok. Herberts goes with the serve. Roger passes well. Korneluk can't tip it to the floor. And again, a mix-up. There's no need for Oro to be defending that when Gizem is there. Still in play, no. Referee says down. Are we going to get a challenge from Coach Bernardi? Probably not worth it. Just the one challenge in the match so far, and a brilliantly successful one from Bernardi. And there we go, not quite pancaked by Camby. Good serve from Korniluk. Nice pass. Ishikawa looking for the corner. Well, referee has given the point to Novara. Blockers saying no touch here, and we're going to see a challenge. And you need to know what the referee's decision is before you make that challenge. That's what Marcello Abondanza was just checking with the second referee. What did the referee think? What's my challenge going to be? Ball in or out? It is in, and the referee was absolutely correct. Challenge lost. Point lost. Novara 12-11. Neither coach has called a timeout just yet, but neither team has had an advantage to really work with in a very close match so far. Gizem late to the pass. Milenkovic, first swing of the match for her, and it's a good one. Novara get a reuse, and Camby this time locates the set where she wants it, but Tolok can't beat the block, and Vargas can't beat the net. Is this the moment for Novara to push? Bonifacio already had a good service run in the first set. Free net. Free net. Oro just gives Vargas a warm-up hit. This is what setters are pushing for all the time. No blocker there. Vargas to serve. Looking to recover the break. Ishikawa slides to her knees. Phenomenal pass. Oh, Tolok is absolutely on fire at the moment. She's just not missing. Just one error from Tatiana Tolok, and that was when she blazed a serve out in the first set. Everything else has been perfection. More importantly, it's seen Vargas away from the court. It's a double substitution, so Oro and Vargas leave. Aurelia Karasoy comes in with the American opposite, Yasmin Berdaghani. Big throw of the dice, this, from Abondanza, and it all delays the Tolok serve. She's got to put this in. Does so. Clever serving. Good pass from Ida Edem. And a heavy swing. How about that from the bench? That's stunning. First season here at Fenerbahçe for Berdaghani, and she's cranked the first ball in this match. Brilliant hit, brilliant point. Coach's decision at the moment justified. Oh, what a block! Well, they've been after Tolok for a while, and Fedorovtseva next to captain Ida Erdem put this one on the floor. Stunning block from the skipper. Second point of the game for Ida Erdem. And it's the best block of the game. Scores level. Squarcini given the ball by Camby, but it wasn't a great set. And Squarcini recovers the situation brilliantly. And the middles starting to influence things now. Takes a little time for a middle player to read their way into a match. But looks like all four of the middle blockers now have got a bit of a handle on where the setters are going. They're looking for all the clues they can get. Ishikawa, ace last time she visited the line. Milenkovic passes her this time, and off the head from Fedorovtseva. Well chased by Tolok, and what a pass. Not great from Camby though. And it's cost them the point, and Camby knows it. Ball came out horrible there. Gave Herberts no chance. Second point to Berdaghani. Welcome to the game. What a start from her. $15 apiece. Shank pass. Tolok can't hit it. Third go for Berdaghani. This time defended. Better ball for Herberts, but the block is functioning really well at the moment, both sides of the net. Great defence from Karasoi. Tolok, well, that's brave stuff. Got absolutely monster block last time she hit it, but it doesn't slow her down and beats Kornelok on the angle. And hits it sharp in front of Karasoi. The super fans in the crowd. He was giving out the thunder sticks, by the way, before this game got underway, that gentleman. Out of system once more. Fedorovtseva with a beautiful hit. And Tolok a little unlucky. That didn't come back out of the furniture there and produce a play on. 9 points. Fedorovtseva. Double substitution is reversed. Well played, Beragani and Karasoi. Turn to the bench, but they've had an impact. Back in comes Oro, back in comes Vargas, and effectively they've kept a right side, a tall right side player on court now for 6 rotations. There's another 3 to come with Vargas. Shot. Well, there's a certain amount of deception to be had for both setters at the moment if they do go middle and they get the set right. Bonifacio pounds that one away for her 4th contribution of the match. Novara's 2-point lead is gone. Back to a side-out game. Kornelok out. In comes another very good international. Asli Kalac substituted into the middle. Good hands on the ball. Good touch from Camby. Ishikawa puts it high, but too far off the net for Herberts to swing. Oh, that's gone wrong as well. Goodness me, a very nervy rally. Vargas finally attacks it. Ishikawa, superb defence at 6. And it's still in play. Fedorovtseva kept off the floor. Ishikawa using her chest there. Gives them more traditional defence. And Fedorovtseva puts the lid on that one. What a hit. Double figures for Fedorovtseva. She joins Tolok and Vargas. Going past 10 points. It's a bit of a lung burner there. That's caught Carlotta Camby out. Took a long time to get off the floor after that. It is a timeout, and it's Novara's coach Lorenzo Bernardi that calls it. I think a couple of his players pretty gassed after some extended rallies. Rumba, where's your money on in this game? Goodness me, this is just brilliant. It's light and shaded sport. You can't have the same quality every time you watch. You can't have the same flavour of contest. But these are the games we live to watch, or we live for to watch on the Champions League. These are the games. It's tight. There's no idea who's going to take this next set. It's going to come down to some really good play to get it done. Great defence from Gizem. Good swing out of the back line from Fedorovtseva, and she's got the point. No challenge forthcoming. Fedorovtseva goes to 11. Oh, there is. My apologies. Well, that's a very late call from Lorenzo Bernardi. Ball in or out, looks like it's going to have compressed on the very outside of the white line, so it is close. And from where Bernardi is stood, it probably would have looked out. Asli Kalac in the number 9 shirt, a real character. She's come into the game and straight into the cheerleading role. It's in. Fedorovtseva does score. And the first challenge of the match that has been lost. Oh no, second. Abundanza lost one in this set as well. First one that Bernardi's lost. Good serve, good pick. What a pass from Herberts. Tolok makes it count, just about shoves it past the block of Kalac. Difficult when you talk to setters about concentrating on their set location. They can overthink it, but Camby certainly has to do that. He's got to find the right areas for these sets. Beautiful. Second free net of set 2 is delivered by Oro. And the timing, the tempo on this to Fedorovtseva is exceptional. I love that reaction from Fedorovtseva to Oro. And that's a good setting choice again from Camby. Goes back to Bonifacio once again. 5 points for the Novara captain. She's going well. But it's a case of well played, you're off. Same substitution that we saw in set 1. Lena Alsmeyer comes in. Looks like she's going to play 6. Herberts is going to play in Bonifacio's defensive position of 5. And Marcello Abendanza says, well, if you're going to deliver some subs, I'll make you wait. Timeout then, first one in this set for Fenerbahçe. Just something special about a side-out contest like this that goes all the way to the wire. And it really does come down to which superstar is going to hold their nerve on the big points. Alsmeyer to try her luck from the bench. Good pass from Milenkovic. Well, good enough, and Oro has just cannoned straight into Melissa Vargas. That's a bizarre finish to a point. I guess it goes down as an ace to Alsmeyer. (2019) Novara scrape a lead. It's another good serve. Milenkovic deals with it. And the block just not quite strong enough, so both setters using these middle options to great effect at the moment. Captain Ida Erdem with the finish. Right, first really clear-cut opportunity for Fenerbahçe. Vargas at the service line. It's a good hit, but it's a fine pass from Donati. Ishikawa off the block, is defended. Decided to go hard at that, made it really tricky for the defenders. And the monster block is delivered. Good run this from the Istanbul captain. 4th point of the game for Ida Erdem for Fenerbahçe. Vargas now, can she find an ace? Not quite. Roberts, good pass. Ishikawa relies on that pace to the wing, gets a good ball away. But Fenerbahçe fighting hard. Good pick up by Herberts. Ishikawa, third swing is defended. Ida Erdem on the slider. First one we've seen in this game, and it's beautifully finished. Novara will feel that was a point gone begging. Second time out in set 2 by Lorenzo Bernardi, as Fenerbahçe make what could be a decisive move, especially with another serve to come from Melissa Vargas. Chanting Fener, which is the abbreviated name of this Fenerbahçe club. Got their own theme tune as well. A lot of clubs have, actually, around the world. way, different fans support teams across the globe, and here in Europe in the Champions League it's pretty special. Vargas to serve again, 22-20, it's another great hit. More problems here for Novara. Ishikawa cannot put the ball away. Gizem defends her, and Milenkovic does the rest. First point in the game for Serbian international Bojana Milenkovic. 23-20, Fenerbahçe looking to level the score. Well, this visit has been decisive from Vargas. Another problem ball, and maybe it should have gone to Tolok a little earlier. She has whacked that one off Evida Erdem's head and follows into the net to apologise. Nice to see from Tolok. She's not really sorry to score her 15th point of the game. Out comes Camby. In comes Giulia Melli, blocking substitution. Bizarrely, she's 3 centimetres shorter than Camby, but she's on to block, and they're going to play the next point without a setter, Novara. On the back of the Tolok serve. This is Novara's chance to get back in it. No, feed not quite right, and clever again from Oro, going on 2. Tight ball from Milenkovic. Oro makes it look easy. 2 free nets and 2 second ball finishes from Alessia Oro. Can be back in for Melli. 3 set points for Fenerbahçe. Good arrival from Squarcini. And I think Ida Erdem has been clobbered again. Hit twice on the head in quick succession. It's a dangerous old life for the middle blockers. Great hit from Squarcini. Ishikawa puts another ball in court. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, you can see the mark on her head where Ida Erdem's been hit twice at the back end of this rally, but what a finish from her. That is clinical stuff. Beautiful set from Oro, and the captain means they win the second set. It's 1 set all between Novara and Fenerbahçe. Well, 2 amazingly entertaining sets of volleyball. 25-20 Novara sneaked away with it in the first, but that was a good, solid, strong performance from Fenerbahçe all the way through the second. And the key players are still delivering the big numbers. We might be here for some time. Magdalena Stusiak, Poland, watching her forms. And read those of others here in the Champions League. Right, it looks to me like the Fenerbahçe players have got game faces on now, and that the winning of a set can so often produce the kind of confidence boost that a team needs. They look locked in now. Long way away from home. Igor Gorgonzola NOVARA have got the pressure now. Let's see how things go in set 3. This is just how a CV Zerum Group Champions League match should look between 2 super clubs. Igor Gorgonzola NOVARA in the white, pink and blue, taking the first set, but the Yellow Angels came back against the Mosquitoes, and Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL claiming set number 2 to level this best of 5 game at 1 apiece. They've had their problems, Fenerbahçe in defence, and Gizem has not had an easy time of it. Players nicking balls off her and then leaving them and asking her to get them. Vargas thumps another ball. Top scorer for Fenerbahçe, but the top scorer in the match is Tatiana Tolok for Novara with 15. Fedorovtseva, just like Vargas, has remained dangerous at the service line. Out of system ball, Ishikawa tips it, Oro picks it easily, Gizem sends it high and wide to Vargas, who again punishes Novara, and this looks a little worrying for coach Lorenzo Bernardi. He will be considering his options, and one option is Lina Alsmeyer in for Mayu Ishikawa, for more height at the net. Big role to play for Sarah Bonifacio. Well, straight away, Lina Alsmeyer is in. I don't think it's a double sub. I don't think Camby's out. I think it is Ishikawa that has left the floor. Ishikawa at 1.74 m, not offering the kind of blocking presence they need against Vargas. And Lina Alsmeyer at 1.89, the German international in her second season with Novara, is onto the floor. So Lorenzo Bernardi makes a substitution that he hopes will be effective. And Elliot scores. Third point of the game for Agnieszka. And it will be her to serve. One-handed set by Camby is not tipped firmly enough by Squacchini. Good coverage again from Ida Erdem, and if we needed any reminder of the quality of the 37-year-old Turkey captain with Fenerbahçe, her play in the last 20 minutes or so has just reminded us she is exceptional. 7 points in the match, incidentally, for Ida Erdem. Again, the block is good. Erdem next to Vargas, massive. Just asking the captain, the players, who got the block here. Let's see. It's all Vargas. Timeout to Lorenzo Bernardi and Novara. They're in a bit of early trouble here in set 3. Here in Turkey, it's the Novara coach Lorenzo Bernardi. He was with Ankara for a while. It's his way round this league. Similarly for Marcello Abondanza, he's coached in Italy, his native homeland, and Turkey and Poland. Also coached internationally with Bulgaria, Canada and Greece, so a couple of journeyman coaches, as it were. From Bernardi's point of view, in his playing days, one of the greats. Good finish for Squacchini. Tolok to serve, 2 points to find for Novara. Well, we've said it before and we'll say it again, no doubt. The negative scoreboard just makes it tougher to serve. Positive scoreboard tends to free the arm. Vargas, that's the last thing Novara need. Good pass from Donati. Beautifully hit by Tolok, but it's out. She thinks there's a touch though. Blockers say no. And no challenge from Bernardi. Error from Tolok. So hit out following her service error. Vargas goes again. Big one. Herberts does well. Tolok asked to do the job once more, and she's put it out once more. Just a little overload here on Tatiana Tolok, and it's a little bit too much for the Russian opposite. Certainly too much for Bernardi. He's called a second time out in quick succession. Well, they've got control now of Fenerbahçe here in set number 3. Can they make it control in the match? Can they just extend what they've got here to take another fabulous victory? It will be 4 from 4. It will put Novara in a bit of a spot. They won't be able to lose anything else. Well, that's so unlucky because the pass was unbelievably good. Off a brilliant Vargas serve. But the attack off it, off the Herberts pass, has gone horribly wrong. Well, they have Silke van Avramat, the new middle blocker signed from Busto, and they're going to use her, I think. Squarcini is out. And Belgium's Silke van Avramat in. She's into the squad to help out because of the injury to Indy Bayerns. Yes, what a hit. What a hit from Tolok. She's determined to get herself back into some sort of rhythm after 3 errors on the bounce. 2 Belgians on the floor then for Novara. Got Herberts and Silke van Avramat. Touch. Not good enough from Novara. The ball is being hit exceptionally hard, by the way. You can probably hear the occasional contact on the Mikasa just echoing around the arena. Jankovic's turn to smack it really hard. Great coverage. Ida Erdem is locking down the net right now for Fenerbahçe. Jankovic to serve again. And she's in backcourt. It means Fedorovtseva is in the front court. It's all going rather poorly for Novara in set 3, but only because their opponents are playing so well. New setter on court then. And it makes an immediate impact. Nice feed from Julia Carraro, the new playmaker, to new signing Silke van Avramat. First point to the Belgian. She will serve. Did really well, Ida Erdem, to keep that ball in play. Fedorovtseva can't put it away. Neither can Tolok. Tolok goes again. Rips it into the corner. Terrific spike from Tatiana Tolok. Point number 17 in the match. He's trying desperately to keep Novara alive in this set. Oh, it's been absolutely pounded. One blocker to beat for Arina Fedorovtseva. She makes that look easy. 12 points for her now. Nice set from Oro. Bonifacio somehow gets it over. Fedorovtseva off the arms of Tolok. It's in. And they have to go again. Tolok is working so hard here. Oh, clever. That's clever. Well, one thing coaches always say is you can't teach height. Going to look, making that count. Back in for Asli Kalac. Stays on the floor here. A little skip into the air to put it down. Good swing. Vargas is defending well in this match and hitting some absolute thunderbolts. Brilliant defence from Donati. Not bad from Milenkovic either. What a rally. This is superb stuff. Herberts on the line. Ref says yes. Let's see if Fenerbahçe disagree. No challenge. What a hit. Well, offensively, Herberts has been a bit quiet for the last 20 minutes, half an hour. Needs to get back into the action. Lovely pass from Milenkovic. And option ball number 3 for Alessia Oro. 14-7. Fenerbahçe in total control in set 3. Looking like hard work here for Novara, and it's just got even tougher. Tolok gave it the full treatment there, and Korniluk has got a second block in a row. This is a proper monster. Oh, did really well, stopped with the step, didn't go too wide, and got a great shutdown on the angle. Great middle blocking. Can't get to that though from Herberts, who has refound her attacking form. Herberts will serve. Never easy when you're this far up in a set to maintain your discipline. Good reach from Fedorovtseva. Hell of a shot from Vargas. Beautiful defence. Really good defence from Donati, and I think we're going to get another change here as Tolok shoves it out of play. Right idea, wrong execution. Fedorovtseva back to the service line. Wow, Giulia Melli is in. I think Lorenzo Bernardi has rather scratched this set. Getting the players off for a bit of a break. And then he'll restart set 4 with his full lineup. But of course, there's always the chance that one of the substitutes is going to do something special. Point for Alsmeyer, fortunate one. Faccio to serve, her team now a long way down in this set. It's frightening. It is frightening how good Melissa Vargas is. Keeping pace with Tolok anyway. Out from Alsmeyer. Lorenzo Bernardi thinks the defender touched this. Korniluk in position 5. Not challengeable. Error then from Alsmeyer. Fenerbahçe nearly home and dry in set 3. And Melli straight into a well-formed block. Milenkovic shuts her down. Well, everything that Fener are touching at the moment is turning to gold. The Yellow Angels are all over the Mosquitoes right now. Good dig. Good chase. Ball comes back. Novara have to go again. And it's a clever tip from Alsmeyer. She's had a brilliant season. Lina Alsmayer for Novara. Melli jump float onto Miljenkovic, easily passed. Ida Erdem is making this game look so easy today. Ida Erdem play at the Montreux Masters, the Volley Masters, about 6 years ago now. The intensity with which she plays any tournament is unbelievable. Clipped through the blocker's hands. Another score for Alsmayer. Top scorer in the match, Tatjana Tolok, being rested at the moment by Lorenzo Bernardi. She'll return for set 4. I think Avramat and Alsmayer have got a good chance of starting as well. Overpass from Miljenkovic, well saved. Good swing from Herberts. The block, though, excellently positioned, and Ida Erdem is just having fun and getting the job done. Double figures for the Fenerbahçe captain. And it's a double figure lead for the home team, 21-11. Good swing from Van Avramat. The defence, though, from Morrow just exceptional. It is another quite brilliant point from the captain. Super reaction for this opportunistic spike. Look at that. Well, Novara have been put under the pump in set 3, no doubt about it. Their response has not been good enough. And the ace from Miljenkovic puts this set to bed. Just a couple of points to score, but this is over. Fenerbahçe will be leading by 2-1 very shortly. Well, Alsmayer's form in this set means Ishikawa might return left side. Roberts is still going for it. The Erdem defends off the block, and the ball just pops up well enough for the backup setter, Giulia Carraro, to score her first point. In fact, it was Silke van Avramat, my apologies. Good pass. Well, Ida Erdem is becoming the go-to player at the moment. The legend, the Fenerbahçe captain, back to the service line. 12-point lead, 12 set points. Straight into the net, that'll do it. And Novara have a real problem now, because Fenerbahçe Medicana Istanbul are in full flight, and they lead this match by 2-1. Well, that's the quickest set of the evening. It's the least competitive set of the evening. And that's a real scare for Novara. Ciaro has settled into the game and is now having fun, tearing the block a new one. Every time she sets the ball off a good pass at the moment. Superstars down there watching on, who play for other teams here in Turkey. Away we go then with set number 4, and the Yellow Angels of Fenerbahçe Medicana Istanbul in control of the match at the moment against the Italian giants Novara. But a handy start from Novara, captain CLVollW getting a big block on Fedorovtseva. It will be Bonifacio back to the line. Just having a look down to see who Lorenzo Bernardi has started in this set for Novara. Did have a lot of options open. Right, stuck with Alsmeyer out on the wing, so Ishikawa remains on the bench. Cambi's back into the action. Tolok is batting back into the action, and Squacchini as well returns to the court. Didn't get anywhere near that swing from Milenkovic, who's done a fine job coming on from the bench for Anna Christina. My apologies, that was Fedorovtseva with the finish. 13 points for her. One apiece then. Good pass. It's a good finish from Alsmeyer, but she's found points quite difficult to come by since she replaced Ishikawa. Now Tolok, they need a few points from Tolok early in this set. Try and settle some nerves. Just wide. Pretty uncomfortable on court at the moment. Tolok quite frustrated. Lost all the fantastic rhythm she had through the first set and a half. Do nicely. Lovely pass again from Donati. And then the tempo ball out wide, tipped with the power tip to the floor by Lina Alsmeyer. Just darts it down. Great coverage, good read from Squacchini on the pipe, and she finishes that one on Fedorovtseva, and Novara get a 4-2 jump. That's an unusual timeout, that really is. Marcello Abondanza didn't call a timeout, didn't have to call a timeout in set 3, but he's got to on just 6 points in set 4. To Novara, Alsmeyer goes again. Timeout does its job, although that wasn't the principal reason for the timeout. Coach Abondanza clearly wanted to restate some Plan A facts to his Fenerbahçe team. Vargas, pressure for Novara. Good serve again, out of system. Tolok out of the back line, defended by Vargas, and Milenkovic just couldn't quite get high enough. Novara need Tolok to hit top gear again. 5 sets is still a realistic possibility here if Novara can get back to their set 1 and 2 form. Save from Morrow on a tough pass. Good process again from Novara, but Herberts can't put it down. Easy defence for her. Out of the back line, Alsmeyer, lovely pipe. Oh, it's out. It's out. Oh, it's so tough because the flow to that attack was perfection. Finish not so. Points, 4 errors from Alsmeyer at the moment. Milenkovic Herberts just checking with coach Abendanza where he wants her to serve. Goes at Alsmeyer. Old school attack. Don't see a lot of those in the modern game, but there's still a place for them. Middle goes, shoot. Wing spiker comes into the centre. Finish from Herberts. Good set from Campbell. Donati keeps the ball off the floor. Another chance for Novara to score. Is it off the fingertips? It is. 7-4. This is when Coach Abendanza will be wondering when he takes his next timeout. Like Bernardi, does he take it very quickly? Pinging it off Navarro's fingertips there for the point. Herberts. Poor pass from Fedorovtseva, but a good finish. Desperate for some rhythm here, Fenerbahçe. They've just lost a little bit of the brilliance that they had. High quality of performance they had in set number 3. Close to that again, Novara will be in all sorts of trouble. Nice work. Bonifacio has been, well, as we expect Bonifacio to be, very, very solid. Really consistent this evening. Herberts lashes it line. Ace serve off the arms of Fedorovtseva. Goodness me. Well, at the end of set number 3, a 5-setter couldn't have been further from the mind, but what a start this is from Novara. Double figures for Herberts with that ace. And she does that. Just getting a little over-revved. Brett Herberts. Right, Vargas into the front line. Fenerbahçe got to work really hard here for transition opportunities, and Vargas will be the outlet. Korneluk and Fedorovtseva the other blockers, so it's a tall front court for the Turkey team. And it's beaten. Korneluk doesn't get far enough over the net. And a nice piece of aggressive pipe swinging from Britt Herberts. Third pipe point of the match for the Belgian. Bonifacio getting the bird from this crowd in Istanbul, and Korneluk puts it out of play. And this is going to be a very difficult set now for Fenerbahçe to win. Five sets becoming even more of a possibility. Asli Kalac in for Agnieszka Korneluk. Turkey in for Poland. It's a hell of a swing from Fedorovtseva. There's a lot of pressure on that Oro set. He's got in a decent tempo out to this tall Russian. 1m90 tall Fedorovtseva. Fourth season here with Fenerbahçe. She's going to become a massive crowd favourite because of things like that. What a pass. Off a brilliant serve, and it's just allowed Tolok a release ball, which she puts really well down to the feet of the defenders for her 19th point of the game. Big swing, great set from Campbell. It's Tolok's turn to get a bit of treatment. She whacks it over the baseline, and Novara just have to be a bit careful that in their hunt for points they don't lose too much service rhythm. Quite damaging. Kalac then. New middle blocker on court for Fenerbahçe. Tolok off the blockers, gets the replay. Alsmeyer slaps it off the hands, and she's getting into the game now, is Lina Alsmeyer, after a slow start. block of Vargas. 14-8. Knowledgeable crowd here in Istanbul know what's probably coming. What is probably coming is a tiebreaker. Very nice. No real right to win the point from there, Novara, but Roberts does it, and the second timeout is called. CLVollW. Tough call for Lorenzo Bernardi at the start of set 4, but the decisions he's made on the lineup look to have worked. Fenerbahçe in the yellow couldn't do a thing wrong in the last set. They were just brilliant. In this set, it's Novara's turn to really put the pressure on. This finds the shot. To Tolok. 16 and counting in the game for Vargas. This is the chance again with Vargas at the line to put her team back into contention. Donardi, extreme pass, too tight to the net there for Tolok. And not quite on the money for Fedorovtseva. Vargas, sprawling defence, and they're working hard here at the home side to keep the ball off the floor. Can't stop Cambi though. And that's her first option ball score. Changes. Double substitution. That will be the first acknowledgement from Marcelo Abondanza that 5 sets is possibly on the way. So he's going to give Oro and Vargas a little bit of a look at the game from the outside now, just a bit of a rest. Aurelia Karasoy comes in as the new setter. Yasmin Bedagani comes in as the new opposite. Bedagani does well to stay out of the way of that thunderbolt serve. Well, at 5 points up, this is Novara's set to lose. That precludes any contribution from the service line of Vargas and Fedorovtseva. Miljenkovic puts it out. Tolok front line, Cambi serves. Novara can really underline this lead over the next 3 rotations. Cambi immediately apologises to her team. That was just one too far. When Herberts is out and an easy set away from another point. The fault of Tolok's there. That was a direct error from the setter. This time fires it on the reverse, but gets the location right. Tolok does the rest. 20 points for Tatiana Tolok, and she's been the backbone of this Novara performance. Good serve from Herberts. What a lovely pass from Fedorovtseva. Bedagani, that's a good hit, but it's well defended. Brilliant. I'm sure she knew too much about that one, the American opposite. But the point continues. And a great pickup from Miljenkovic, but the net touch from Asli Kalac denies Fenerbahçe. We're going to 5, ladies and gentlemen. In the 2000th match of the CEV Zeren Group Champions League, we are going to a tiebreaker. How quickly, how clinically, remains to be seen. Novara lose that one. Set. Karasoy. Good tip from Fedorovtseva. Double substitution is reversed. Benogani and Karasoy return to the bench. Oro and opposite Melissa Teresa Vargas back in. And a last throw of the dice stuff here for Fenerbahçe. All going their way, Novara at the moment. 19-12 with Alsmeyer's 8th point of the match. Facho, every time she's come to the service line, this rotation has suited Novara. They've competed and scored points whenever the captain has been at the service line. Not this time. Vargas finishes easily. All about rhythm here for Fenerbahçe. Leaving the commentator with egg on his face if they can engineer a comeback. They do have servers that can do that. Here's one of them, Fedorovtseva. Nothing doing. And the massive cheer from the Novara players tells you all you need to know about that. They are delighted to see the back of Fedorovtseva. Navramat makes her way to the court ahead of Squacchini, who returns to the bench. 7-point lead then, should make the serve a little easier for Tolok. Takes the pace off, Gizem with the pass. Vargas tips and is defended easily. Can be. And Tolok puts it away with ease out of the back line. She's the top scorer in the match. First player to 20 points. Chow, corner look in, so that's a clear indicator from Marcello Abundanza that corner look will probably start set 5. Just the one choice for Bernardi. Does he start Benavramat or Squacchini in the tiebreaker? Well, the celebration from Lena Alsmeyer suggests that this is a cast iron ace. It's a challenge from Lorenzo Bernardi to see if this has hit the line. Alsmeyer celebrated like it was a clear ace. A serve to cope with. Close to the sideline, but it's going to have to compress quite a bit, I think, to find the paintwork. Job here for Abundanza. He's got to keep his team focused on the job in hand, and the job in hand is not really about this set. The job in hand is how they start set 5, how they approach the tiebreaker. It's the first time this evening we've had to wait a little while for the right piece of footage to be found, the right frames to show whether this Mikasa ball is squash flat onto the sideline. It is just out. Just out. Once again, referee gets it bang on. Now, will they get Vargas back to the line in time? That's the one danger that remains for Novara. If any of the other players can sneak a point here and there, Novara will still have work to do. And there's one of them. Corner look, triple ace. In the match for Agnieszka Korneluk. Lorenzo Bernardi, feeling that there's enough of a shift in momentum, particularly after the time taken on the challenge, to warrant the timeout here, just to settle his place. Conversation about where to go from here. A couple of transition points needed. Put another pressure ball in. She can. Good service. Sets the high ball to Vargas. Vargas with an important swing, defended by Tolok. Alsmeyer in off the wing, can't put it away, but Oro under pressure. Now's the chance for Novara. Chance taken. What a thunderous hit from Britt Herberts. Tempo on that attack was just lovely. The timing was perfection. Both timeouts used by coach Abondanza, so he's going to use a challenge here to slow things down. I think the only thing he can really challenge is foot on the attack line by Britt Herberts. It didn't look like a fault in real time, but you're not always looking at the feet of the attacker. That's the job of the second referee. Well, whatever delay this challenge brings, Abondanza, the coach of Fenerbahçe, will be happy. There we go, I was wrong again. It was all about a net touch, and that is some spot. That is an incredible spot. Alsmeyer it is. Touched the net earlier in the rally. Some challenge. Right. One more point here, then a straight side out, and Fenerbahçe are still in business. Novara struggling to put the ball away. Alsmeyer giving it again. Here's a massive chance for the Blue Angels. Vargas can't put it down. Tolok from way off the net has a go at it. Defended by Fedorovtseva. Vargas goes to the volley, and volleys home. And Fenerbahçe much revived in set 4. They got some rhythm here, and they've definitely got momentum. Four points the lead. And Avramak returns to the bench. Let's be honest, if you'd offered a 4-point lead to Novara at the start of set number 4, they'd have been delighted to take it. Just feels a little shaky right now. Tolok blocked. Oh, wow. And this is all going back towards the home side. They've got Vargas still to come on the serve. And Novara are in a bit of trouble here. Confident prediction of a tiebreaker in the 2000th game of the CEV Zeren Group Champions League looks a little shaky at the moment. Somehow the ball is reprocessed. Ida Erdem on a flyer. I think a second timeout has to come now. 14 points to the Fenerbahçe captain. It's a stunning match. It's still a 2-point lead. It's still Novara's set if they put this together. Camby plays it and gets it away. Oro knew what was coming. Came steaming in to defend it. And the deflection went wide of her players. Second option point for Carlotta Camby. Korneluk's brilliant service run is over. And now they need protection against the Vargas serve. They need points here, Novara. Camby out, Melli in. Next point to be played by Novara without the setter. This is all about serve and block, and don't the crowd know it? They're giving Lena Alsmeyer absolutely everything. Alsmeyer serves on the baseline, ace serve, and that's massive for Novara. Steely glare ahead of this one, and she's got it to drop like a stone. Challenge. I think it's going to be a fruitless one this time around for Marcello Abbondanza. Just trying to slow the game down. It's welling. It was just about stopping Alsmeyer's next serve and having a quick word with the players. Novara are back on to win the set. We are back on for a 5-set thriller. Vargas canes it away off the hands. There is still a chance for Fenerbahçe, and the chance is Melissa Teresa Vargas' serving. Novara have to dig deep. Carlotta Cambi, the playmaker, is back in. Melli returns to the bench. Vargas, hard serve, well passed by Donardi. Tricky ball is tipped, wrong-handed by Britt Herberts. Her least powerful, but probably most important point of the game. 4 set points on the Squarcini hybrid serve. This for Novara to take it all the way. Free ball. Here's the chance. Tolok out of the back line. Puts it away. Novara wins set 4, 25-20, and we are going to the tiebreaker in the 2000th Champions League match. It has gone very quiet in the Burhan Felek Arena. What's the scoreline? It looked like Fenerbahçe were going to take this home in style after that set 3 victory. They absolutely demolished Novara, but real character from the Italians. Very strong in set 4 to guarantee us, from a neutral point of view anyway, a 5-set thriller. But if you're supporting Fenerbahçe, if you're supporting Novara, your nerves will be jangling right now. We are on for a massive finish to this game. The Mosquitoes of Novara against the Blue Angels of Fenerbahçe on a dramatic evening of volleyball here in Istanbul. It's gone to the tiebreaker. It's the race to 15, and we are underway. Vargas for Fenerbahçe, volleys to the floor again. 2 volleyed points in a row for one of the most powerful players in world volleyball. 20 points for Vargas. Fedorovtseva, first chance to influence the match in a positive direction for the home side. It's a good ball. Alsmeyer passes beautifully. Tolok with a terrifying hit. Tatiana Tolok at her very best. She has been brilliant tonight. 22 points and counting. She nearly took the libero Gizem head off there. Tolok to serve. Big hit. Gizem overpass, put away, and put away well by Lena Alsmeyer. I think that's one of Bernardi, the coach's, most influential decisions tonight. The fact that he has held faith with Alsmeyer, even though she didn't initially start all that well coming in for Ishikawa. Been a big call, but it's worked. Tolok to go again. 2-1 Novara in the race to 15. Ace serve. One of the best aces you'll see. Vargas has hit one that was unplayable tonight, and now Tolok has delivered. Huge. 3-1 to the Italians. It's another ace. Tatjana Tolok is taking the game away from Fenerbahçe right now. And Marcello Abbondanza, the Fenerbahçe coach, forced into an early timeout. Both coaches forced into substitutions, but that's your job. That's what you're paid for, to read the room, read the situation, send in the players you think will be best equipped to deal with the moment, and also to change the fortunes of the team on the floor. Both coaches have done that very well tonight. The substitutes have played, in the main, played really well. Tolok again off the timeout, needs to send this in. Doesn't do so. Pressure relieved. Can't be critical of Tolok at this point. She's given her team the lead. Agnieszka Korneluk, Polish international, former Polish captain, from the line. Over on two from Camby, defended. Milinkovic doesn't get a swing on it. Alsmeyer does, and manages to create an angle there with a cut shot inside the block of Ida Erdem, and the deflection good enough to beat Milinkovic. Well, Alsmeyer has grown in stature in this game. Double figures now for the German. She serves with the jeers of this crowd ringing in her ear. Well covered by Donati. Tolok out of the back line. He's in full flight now. Vargas a little bit quiet at the moment in the tiebreaker. A desperately important point for Fenerbahçe, delivered by Bojana Milenkovic, the Serbian. Good shot. Right, Vargas can restore order here. The biggest serve hit all night. That was a huge noise off the ball. Novara still in the rally as Milenkovic misses this time. Slaps it out of bounds. Vargas' serve has gone. They'll have to deal with it one more time if the scoring runs as it has been for most of this evening. That is unless, of course, the likes of Squacchini and Tolok go on a tear-up. Milenkovic misses the pass, isolated, tips it, well covered, very well covered. And that is a cross-court miss from Britt Herberts, not by far, and it's a shame because that was a belting piece of defence from Squacchini. Shame for Novara, they couldn't convert, but Fenerbahçe and the fans delighted. Just noticed Karasoy and Bedagani getting warm. Double substitution is the option. Good defence from Gizem. Fedorovtseva off the arms and away. Fenerbahçe coming back into this tiebreaker. Milenkovic sends it down the line. Donati passes well. It's a really classy hit from Bonifacio. Always looks like she's got time in the air, does the Novara captain. Nervy moments here in the match. And a nervous serve. Well, 8-6, the best Novara can hope for at the side switch. Ida Erdem, the Fenerbahçe captain, will be hoping to deny them that. She serves. Short ball, picked up well by Herberts. Bonifacio this time is patrolled well by Korneluk. And Korneluk tips awkwardly, but tips well. 7 points all, it's game on again. Well, this remarkable game of volleyball seesawing back and forth. Fenerbahçe now into some rhythm, and the ace means they lead at the change of ends. And yet again, the captain, Ida Erdem, has done exactly what she planned to do. Ace for 15 points for the Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL captain. Ida Erdem Dündar is having a terrific match tonight. And she, along with Vargas and Fedorovtseva, have kept Fenerbahçe in the hunt. No role for Anna Kristina, substituted pretty early out of the game. The replacement, Milenkovic, has done a good job. Away we go. Once again off the change of ends, and the overpass from the serve is deposited on the floor by Oro. What a comeback. Stunning volleyball from Fenerbahçe and their captain. Timeout called by Lorenzo Bernardi, who has once again had to endure the 3-point lead in Superi. Well, a 3-2 loss doesn't really hurt Fenerbahçe in the context of this pool phase. A 3-2 win doesn't really help Novara. But all of that is irrelevant. It's out the window. This is about passion. This is about heart. This is about winning a match on the European stage. It's always been special. It will always be special. And Fenerbahçe have the lead. Tolok ensures the lead is short-lived. Just the point in it now, the single break to the home team as the top scorer on the night moves to 25. Herberts, aggressive serve. Fedorovtseva passes well, gets the return ball. And Donardi's defence just beyond Canby. Fedorovtseva scores again. The Burhan Felek Arena is rocking once more. Alessia Oro. The big players live for the big games. And boy, there have been some superstars enjoying tonight's action. Tolok, one of them. Rips it off the block, keeps Novara in the match. Bernardi screaming out to the players behind him. He might be going to pull a few substitutes here. He is. Ishikawa comes in for Bonifacio, so really reliable server, good defender, good passer. Returns to the court. Mayu Ishikawa then to try and claw back this break point that Fenerbahçe have. It's a good serve, ace serve. Oh, unbelievable from Mayu Ishikawa. And the response is instant from coach Abondanza. He calls a second timeout. Nasty serve to deal with for Milenkovic. Well, Ishikawa's been on the bench for a good hour, maybe longer. Quality of international players, that knowledge that they have to remain available for the coach. Zeragunesh watching on from the stands. Also, you've seen Magdalena Stusiak. We saw Elena Kazur, the French captain, all of them based in Istanbul right now, playing for other clubs. Ishikawa again, into the net, the crowd roar their approval at the service error. As Fenerbahçe nudge ahead once more, but the breaks have gone. Bonifacio back in briefly for Ishikawa. That's the last role Ishikawa can play in the match. And Bonifacio immediately replaced by libero Giulia Donardi as they face up to the Fedorovtseva serve. Oh, it's an ace from Fedorovtseva, and it's been raining aces in set number 5. Stunning volleyball, and an ace once again greeted with a timeout, the last timeout that either coach can call. It's Bernardi and Novara that stopped the game. Just substitutions and challenges available to the two coaches from here on in. Well, I talked about character, I talked about heart in relation to Novara coming back to win set 4 and level the match. But we have to talk about it in relation to Fenerbahçe now, because they've shown character in abundance in a set that started really poorly for them. They mean business now, though. Fedorovtseva working the ace. It's another one. Oh, and this game has been turned on its head by Irina Fedorovtseva. Just like Tatiana Tolok before her, back-to-back aces and a 3-point lead for Fenerbahçe at home, and the Burhan Felek crowd making their feelings known. Ace number 3. Fedorovtseva is putting this game to bed single-handed. A hat-trick of aces brings a 4th match point for Fenerbahçe to make it 2 wins from 2 against Novara. Not 4 in a row, but out of system for Tolok. Defended by Oro. Vargas to win it. And down it goes. Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL. 4 wins from 4 in Pool B for the perfect start to this CEV Zeren Group Champions League season 2026. They beat Novara by 3 sets to 2. What a stunning homage to the 2000th game of the Champions League. Well, we were hoping for something special. We got it. We got a spectacular game of volleyball. And it's the fans, the home fans, that get to enjoy the victory celebration with their team. Vargas was brilliant. Fedorovtseva was brilliant. Captain Ida Erdem Dündar was out of this world, and I think she's got a real shot at MVP, the middle blocker. 5 games or 5 sets it took, and 3 sets to 2 the eventual result in favour of Fenerbahçe. Cracking volleyball match to live long in the memory and to mark the 2000th of the Champions League era. So we wait the announcement of the game's most valuable player. Well, there we go. They've decided to go for Irina Fedorovtseva. The hat-trick of aces, you can't really look further than that. It was a hat-trick of aces that turned the game completely in favour of Fenerbahçe. And that, with the rest of her performance tonight, good enough to claim MVP. Irina Fedorovtseva then voted best player in tonight's match. And a quick thank you to the rest of the team. It's lovely to see, isn't it? Pros at this level competing in these incredible matches, still delighted at getting the MVP trophy, but also delighted at taking the game. Novara gave it a shot. They really gave it a shot, and the two Russians, Fedorovtseva and Tolok, spent a bit of time at the net there. Well, I can't see that Lorenzo Bernardi will be disappointed with that performance. It's a tough one. It's a tough five-setter away from home as well. That's going to take a bit of recovery heading into the weekend's games back in Italy. But they will take great heart from that performance. For Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL, 3-0 victories on the bounce. This is the first time they've been tested this season. And they've come up with a superb response to the problems that Novara presented them with. So plenty to celebrate after this one. Plenty for the team to enjoy. The key players, the players that needed to deliver, did exactly that tonight. The substitutions that Marcello Abondanza made worked. Similarly for Lorenzo Bernardi, a lot of the decisions that he made kept his team in the hunt. And his players, in particular Tatiana Tolok, played out of this world. Tolok, best scorer on the night, but finishes on the losing side. Erdem, what a professional, what a true pro, and what a brilliant international player. And still not done. Just a reminder of her quality this evening with a stunning performance in the middle. Well, genuine excitement for the players and the club officials after this one. That was a testing game, physically and mentally. Always tough, really tough, when you've had such a great set in the third to go up and looks like you're going to finish in 4, and then your opponents come back at you. That's never an easy one to sort out, and it did look like it was going to be the downfall of Fenerbahçe, but no, the recovery was just spectacular. And that 3-ace run by Irina Fedorovtseva, with the pressure serve as well on match point, putting this game to bed in favour of the Istanbul club. Fenerbahçe Medicana ISTANBUL then win on the night by 3-2 over Igor Gorgonzola NOVARA. Right, we're going to stay here with the coverage here in the Bohan Felek Arena, just to see if we can get a word with some of the players after this match. Fans love it. The passion for volleyball here in Turkey is something else. Of course, the players will go to the fans to say thank you, because it's the fans that make this game tick. And to play in front of a big crowd is always a very special moment. Love it. Nearly 2 decades of doing that in front of the home fans. Ida Erdem Dunda. She knows the words off by heart now. Love the Italian poster for Oro up there in the crowd as well. She had a bit of a laugh with the fan. Well, hopefully we'll get a word, preferably with one of the winning team very shortly. We may hear from one of the Novara players as well. Andy Balladin in the grey top and the blue leggings. They're not able to play tonight's game, still injured. Still hobbling a little bit, but hopefully she'll be back very shortly. And we are going to hear from the MVP, Irina
It was a very
Fedorovtseva.
amazing game. Not easy for you today, especially first set. How can you say about the game?
About the game, just team, really. Today we saw the team. The way we were supporting each other, the way we were giving fire to each other. Even sometimes, okay, there was ups and downs, doesn't matter. We still were like together, and we built in the end perfect volleyball, perfect team spirit, which I'm really proud of. Really, on the court there was a fire today, and I really missed matches like this, and I hope we'll continue this way. Even my voice is a little bit gone, I think, right? So yeah, I hope it's gonna be great for this season, and we'll keep this spirit and this fire.
I will tell you again, Irina is Fedorovtseva. What can you say?
I just wanted to help my team. They were cheering for me, supporting me, and there was one beautiful story with Hande, who gave me also even extra support. Even she was on the stands because of the injury. It was amazing, really. Like, I just feel the support of the team, and I feel free, and I go, and that's why I score.
Thank you so much, Congrats.
Thank you.
Well, everything seems just right, doesn't it, for the 2000th game? What a lovely interview. What a great interview from the MVP for this evening, Irina Fedorovtseva, speaking very honestly there about her feelings on this match.